Let's be real. Checking your bank account usually feels less like wealth management and more like investigating a crime scene. You work, you get paid, you blink, and suddenly your balance looks like a temperature reading in Antarctica. But here is the weird, annoying mathematical truth that nobody tells you in school. The financial game is rigged against you until you hit a specific number. It is the $100,000 mark. Before 100K, the math is actively trying to kill you. You are pushing a boulder up a hill in the mud. It sucks. It is manual labor. But after 100K, a glitch happens. The boulder starts rolling down the other side. Today, I'm going to show you the 9-step speedrun to unlock this glitch. And I'm warning you now, step number 1 is going to make you uncomfortable, which is exactly why it works. Let's fix your bank account. So why is the first $100,000 the boss level? Because right now you have zero momentum. Every dollar you have is a dollar you traded your life for. You are the engine. But once you hit 6 figures, compound interest stops being a buzzword and starts acting like your employee. If you have 100K invested and the market does a standard 10% year, you just made $10,000. You made that while sleeping. You made that while watching this video. You made that while sitting on the toilet. To save that same $10,000 from your paycheck, that takes months of stress and dealing with your boss's bad jokes. So how do we get there before we turn 90? We need to use cheat codes. Strategy number 9. We need to stop volunteering to pay full price for existence. I am talking about taxes. Taxes are likely your biggest expense, bigger than rent, bigger than food. But most people treat taxes like the weather, like there is nothing you can do about it. That is NPC thinking. The government literally gives you loopholes to pay them less, and you are ignoring them. The 401k and IRA. Think of these accounts as a force field. If you earn $60,000 but put $10,000 in your 401k, the IRS can only tax you like you made $50,000. You are instantly saving 20 to 30% on that money just by moving it into a different bucket. Why would you tip the IRS? They do not need the tip. Keep the money. Number 8 is less of a strategy and more of an IQ test. If you fail this, I actually can't help you. The employer match. If your boss says, hey, if you saved $3,000, I will give you an extra $3,000 for free, and you say, no thanks, are you okay? That is a 100% return on investment. Guaranteed. Immediate. Warren Buffett cannot get a guaranteed 100% return, but you can, just by filling out a form. If you are skipping the match because you need the cash flow now, you are literally setting money on fire to keep warm. Do not do it. Now, I know what you are thinking, but I can only save so much. I am broke. You are right. You cannot budget your way out of poverty if you make $12 an hour. This leads to strategy 7. Play offense. Most advice is defense, cutting coupons, reusing dental floss. Gross. But defense has a limit. You can only cut your spending to 0 before you starve. Income, however, has no limit. I am not saying start the next Amazon. I'm saying, can you freelance? Can you consult? Can you sell digital templates? Treat your day job as your survival fund and your side hustle as your freedom fund. Even an extra $500 a month speeds up the 100K timeline by years. Strategy 6 is going to test your psychological strength. Reinvesting dividends. When you buy stocks, companies pay you thank you money called dividends. It is very tempting to take that $50 and go buy sushi. Don't do it. You need to turn DRIP on. That stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This automatically uses that cash to buy more stock. If you spend the dividends, your growth is a straight line. If you reinvest them, your growth is a hockey stick. Do you want sushi tonight, or do you want to own the sushi restaurant in 20 years? Strategy 5 involves a hidden enemy that is currently stealing from you. Investment fees. You might look at a mutual fund and see a 1% expense ratio and think, 1%? That is nothing. Wrong. That 1% is not 1% of your profit. It is 1% of your total money every year. Over 30 years, that fee can eat up to 30% of your total future wealth. Stick to index funds with low fees. starve the vampire. Which leads to number 4. Stop trying to be the main character of the stock market. Stop timing the market. I know you. I know you bought crypto at the top. I know you panic sold when the market dropped 5%. Here is the reality. You do not have a crystal ball. You have a smartphone and anxiety. The data proves that if you miss just the 10 best days in the market over 20 years, your returns get cut in half. And guess when the best days happen? Usually right after the worst days. Just buy, hold, and go touch grass. Strategy 3. How to beat 90% of professional investors by being lazy. Buy the S&P 500. Stop trying to pick the next Tesla. Just bet on the entire casino. When you buy the S&P 500, you own a piece of the 500 biggest companies in America. Apple, Google, Amazon, it is the lazy genius approach. You do not need to read charts. You just bet on capitalism winning. Number 2 is the reason your high-income friends are actually broke: lifestyle inflation. Here is the trap. You get a raise, you feel rich, so you lease a BMW and move into an apartment with a sky lounge you will never use. Congratulations, you are now just as broke as you were before, but with nicer leather seats. We call this the golden handcuffs. If you want to hit 100K fast, you have to pretend you didn't get the raise. Bank 100% of it. And finally, strategy number 1. I saved this for last because it is the one nobody wants to hear. It is the reason most people click off the video. Housing. If you are spending 40 or 50% of your income on rent, you will never hit 100K fast. It is mathematically impossible. The bucket has a giant hole in the bottom. You have to get radical. This might mean getting roommates at age 28. It might mean moving back in with your parents. Swallow your pride. Your bank account will thank you. Or it could mean house hacking, buying a place, renting out the rooms, and living for free. Is it fun having roommates? No, but remember, we are just trying to get through the tutorial level. Look, hitting your first $100,000 is a grind. It requires saying no to things you want today, so you can say yes to anything you want later. But once you cross that line, the glitch activates. The snowball gets too big to stop. So you have a choice. You can keep playing the game on hard mode, or you can use these cheat codes. If you want to unlock more glitches in the financial matrix, smash that subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Peace.